Kaugnay pa rin sa issue ng kustodiya ng US serviceman na suspect sa pagpatay sa isang trans woman sa Olongapo City, makakapanayam natin si retired General Eduardo Oban, Executive Director ng Presidential Commission on the Visiting Forces Agreement o VFA. Magandang umaga po, retired General Eduardo Oban.
Magandang umaga, Kara.
Good morning, sir. Kailan at sa paanong paraan po hihilingin ng ating bansa ang custody para sa suspect na si Private First Class Joseph Scott Pemberton?
Once na na-file ng mga charges, the Philippine government may now present its position to American authorities regarding custody.
Okay, sir, kasi hindi naman ito yung unang kaso na may na-involve na US serviceman, di ba?
Yes,
Natatandaan
yes.
naman natin si Lance Corporal Daniel Smith nung Subic rape case, nasampahan din siya ng kasong rape noon.
Right.
Pero
Right.
ang kustodiya sa kanya habang nililitis yung kaso ay wala sa Pilipinas. He was detained under US authorities, under the US Embassy. Pero dito sa case na ito,
yes.
sir, pwedeng ang kustodiya or in layman's terms, pwedeng makulong sa mga piitan ng Pilipinas itong si Pemberton?
Ganito muna, Kara. No?
Sige, sir.
Yung kustodiya ng United States personnel, no, over whom the Philippines is to exercise jurisdiction, shall immediately reside with the United States military authorities. So nakasaad na maliwanag na ang custody ay talaga sa U.S. military authorities.
Opo.
But nothing prevents the Philippine government to present its position to the U.S. government regarding custody, which the U.S. government will take into full account. Sila pa rin ang magdedetermine whether to grant our request or not. But bottom line, the custody right is with the United States authorities.
So, ito
Yan yung
po,
nakasaad sa paragraph 6, Article 5 of the Visiting Forces Agreement under criminal jurisdiction.
so sa madaling salita, sir, nasa kanilang kustodiya pero pwede tayong umapela? Parang ganun po, sir?
Yes,
Na maging under custody natin itong
Yes,
suspect.
yes. And we will do that, Kara. We will do that.
Pero nung panahon po ba ng Subic rape case, ginawa rin po ba natin ito? No, humingi rin po ba tayo? Humiling din tayo sa US authorities ng kustodiya? At pinayagan ba tayo or hindi? Ano po ang chances na papayagan ng Amerika ang ating kahilingan na mapunta sa atin ang custody dito sa suspect?
We look at this case as something extraordinary. Kaya we hope that the U.S. would consider this and grant us our request.
What do you mean, sir, that you look at this as something extraordinary?
Because it concerns the death of a Filipino national.
Kasi
Yes.
dito, homicide na ito, sir, or murder na ito, meron nang namatay talaga dito.
Yes, may namatay and depende sa appreciation ng investigation as well as the legal authorities, then that's when we classify what particular case this is.
At sir, sakali pong pagbigyan ng Amerika ang ating kahilingan para magkaroon tayo ng custody dito sa suspect, ano magiging senaryo? Saan po siya ikukulong, sir?
Ang mangyayari niyan, I will refer you now to paragraph 10, no, na nagsasaad naman yung confinement or detention ng U.S. personnel will be in a facility to be mutually agreed by both countries. So pag-uusapan pa rin.
At matitiyak naman natin, sir, na makakadalo po sa paglilitis itong si Pemberton sakaling maisampang na nga yung kaso laban sa kanya.
Dapat. Baka kasi nakasaad din yun sa BFA na assuming na sa kanila ang kustodiya, these authorities, I'm referring to the U.S. authorities, shall make such personnel available to Philippine authorities in time for any investigative or judicial proceeding.
Now, sir, binabasa ko po yung Article 5 under criminal jurisdiction dito sa VFA at wala po akong, correct me if I'm wrong, pero wala po akong nabasa doon kung ano yung magiging senaryo kung sakasakali po na mapatunayan pong guilty na yung suspect, kumbaga makonvict na siya. Kasi pinag-uusapan pa lang natin ngayon yung paglilitis.
Yung proceeding.
Oo, yung paglilitis pa lang, sir, hindi pa siya convicted. Pero kung sakasakali po, after 1 year ng court hearings ay makonvict po itong si Pemberton, makukulong ba siya dito sa Pilipinas?
Yes. If I may refer you, meron kang hawak, Kara, yung paragraph 10.
Opo, sir.
nakalagay din dyan, confinement or detention by Philippine authorities. So that means whether it's confinement or detention, it has to be in the Philippines.
Kung convicted na po, sir.
Serving sentences in the Philippines. Yes.
Aha.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, sir. Pero
Yeah.
linawin lang po natin, sir, meron din pong provision doon sa Article 5 ng VFA na sinasabi kailangan 1 year lang po. 1 year
Yes,
lang
that's
po
correct.
yung duration ng paglilitis. At after
Yes,
1 year, malaya na po itong si Pemberton kung sakasakaling hindi matapos ang kaso?
Ang nakasaad sa paragraph 6 yan, no, ng
Yes, sir.
Article 5, ang nakasaad doon, in the event the judicial proceedings are not completed within 1 year, the U.S. shall
It's
be
not-
relieved of any investigation. So, tama yung sinasabi mo. Kaya dapat matapos ang judicial proceedings within 1 year.
Bakit po, sir? Ano po ang rationale behind this? Kasi I'm sure yung iba nating mga kababayan, alam naman na mabagal yung justice system dito sa Pilipinas. Bakit po tayo pumayag na may ganito pong klaseng provision na pagdating sa US servicemen, kailangan 1 year lang yung paglilitis?
Nakasaad din sa Visiting Forces Agreement, ito naman ay nasa paragraph 9, yung entitlement at the minimum ng US personnel ng mga procedural safeguards established by Philippine law. Kahit naman ganito dapat ang standard. Speedy trial.
Okay, sir.
Andun yun. Yeah.
Sir,
Sige.
Sir, hanggang kailan po mananatili yung mga barko ng Amerika dito sa Pilipinas?
Yesterday, pinangalanan na ng Philippine National Police ang person of interest in the name of Private First Class Joseph Pemberton.
Yes.
Meron ding mga key witnesses involved doon sa case. So, identified ito at inilipat to sa USS Peleliu under restricted status. Yung mga taong ito ay nilagay sa isang barko para yung ibang barko ng Amerika ay pwede na maglayag palabas dahil they still have to proceed to their respective operational mission. Basta ang bottom line is that all personnel involved on the case will be here. Hindi pwedeng umalis.
So,
And that was the assurance given us by the U.S. government.
so makakaalis na po itong USS Peleliu. Pero
Hindi.
hindi po.
Yung USS Peleliu, andyan sila hindi ba?
Yes, sir.
Then muna sila naka-detain on restricted status until matapos yung final investigation. The results of the investigation.
Pero yung ibang personnel na hindi naman involved dito
Yes.
sa insidenteng ito ay pwede nang lumisan.
Yes.
Ilan po, sir, yung mananatili na servicemen dito sa Pilipinas?
Cara, I don't have the number of the key witnesses.
Okay.
We will await the results of the investigation
Okay.
from the Philippine National Police.
Okay, sir. Moving on from this, kasi ito pinag-uusapan natin, yung paglilitis. Pero hindi naman kasi ito yung unang beses na nagkaroon ng ganitong klaseng complaints against US servicemen. Wala po bang panuntunan ang VFA or ang EDCA tungkol sa R&R yung tinatawag na liberty ng mga sundalong Amerikano?
Meron silang mga standard operating procedures or policy within their internal sa kanila yon. Basta ang sinasabi natin na yung respect for Philippine laws. Dapat nandun yun sa Article 2 if I can remember dapat they respect our laws. Ang sinasabi to respect the laws of the Philippines.
At ang
And
karapatan ng mga
abstain
Pilipino?
from any activity inconsistent with the agreement.
Refrain from any activity inconsistent with the laws of the Philippines.
Yes.
Alright.
So, dapat natatranslate yun sa internal rules nila, no? And nakita naman natin, kasi pagka may exercises, nakikita natin yung mga proactive measures ng the UN. Also, proactive measures din natin. It is just an unfortunate incident, Sarah.
Alright. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Thank you very much. Retired General Eduardo Oban, Executive Director ng Presidential Commission on the Visiting Forces Agreement. Thank you, sir.